Okie dokie, how are we all going? I just wanted to quickly jump on here now and go through the big, huge giveaway that we've got going on. If you shoot on over to the Facebook business page and just simply give that business page a like if you haven't done so already. We're aiming for 1,000 likes just on the business page, get the word out there a little bit more, and just keep growing that page up as much as possible. If you feel like you'd like to subscribe to this channel on the YouTube here, then definitely do that as well. That'll get you one extra entry going into this draw to win $500 worth of value of Husqvarna equipment. And I'll either ship that to where it's got to go, buy it at a store that's closest to you over the phone, whatever we got to do to make it happen. But whoever's randomly drawn, then it's all taken care of up to the value of $500 for the gear, and then everything else I'll look after. It's a huge giveaway, and I'm just looking to get the channel out there a bit more, but also to just give back. Everything going on with the coronavirus, everything, COVID-19. It's people are at home and they want to get stuff done, but they don't have the equipment to do it. There's someone I'm looking at trying to help, and if not, someone that's starting out a business very similar to what I'm doing, and they need an extra bit of kit to start taking on a bit more work or something like that. So it's about a bit of a give back with the giveaway, because we're very appreciative of all the support, and we've been one of the lucky ones throughout all of the drama that's gone and unfolded across the world. And it's just our little way of saying thank you for the continued support. And yeah, we'll shoot on through to this footage now. It's about the deck restoration works and some other things, very exciting things that are happening lately, and mindset shifts even more so than what we currently had. Reading books. I haven't read books since high school. So all these exciting things happening. So we'll go through to that video. I'll explain a bit more in a second, and that'll be at the end of the footage that you're about to see. So thanks again, guys. Bye.
Of the most accomplished professionals have maintained this posture of lifelong learning at the feet of others. Surrounding your...
G'day, guys. So I've just had another massive transformation week in regards to self-growth and what's going to be achieved, not only for the business but for myself and my partners, my family, my kids, everyone that's sort of involved with what we're doing and where we're heading. It's just mind-boggling to know, after all these years. I've known of people like Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, all these mentors that I've had over the years. I've spoken about these people, and at the time, either my ego got in the way, practices of, like I've said before, family, friends, who you're around is a big thing. It's either going to hold you back or it's going to help you. And in my honest opinion, and results speak for itself in every aspect of our life today, it is 100% correct, and what you put out gets returned and all the rest. The law of attraction, I've spoken about it before. There's so many different avenues you can go down, and you can head down this rabbit hole and you'll end up over there, and it's good. It's just really good to know that you're on the right track. We're on the right page with everything we're doing and where we've sort of been and what we've done over the years to get to this point. To have it, no, it's not like it needed to be affirmed. I wouldn't say I needed the pat on the back, so to speak, or the yep, you're doing the right thing from anyone else. It was more years and years of these mentors of mine, and they know who they are if you're watching. I can't thank them enough, and will continue to thank them to the day I die. I just the wisdom that you get from people in all areas of life, doesn't matter where they come from, whether they be a real estate guru, you know who I'm talking about there, and whether it be a soccer coach of mine, or whether it be my year 5 teacher that just made me question things from such a young age. And people around me, peers, friends, no one was really thinking that way at the time, and that's the thing. Everyone's on their own journey, and everyone's going to arrive there at a different stage of life, and that's okay. But I just don't want to do all this for the business and everything else and have it all for nothing and be able to not give anything to my kids and things like that. So it's about creating multiple sources of income, which we're on the track to and are doing currently via online and internet means, via adding services to the current services I do for the business and growing that in a way that you're making money off material costs, you're making money off the job left, right and centre, as well as a really good, and that's the thing, I don't work off hourly figures, but I work things out off a really good hourly figure that'll then equate to a day rate or to a block rate or to a whatever. And that's what works for me. What works for you will be different. But these are the things through business you'll learn. But then you start to think about the bigger picture and how much further you want to take it, where you want to take it to, all the rest. And it's great to see we've got podcasts, we've got all these things, and I've got the isotunes now, and I find myself, I'm not listening to music, I'm listening to podcasts. And everything, every one of them's hitting the nail on the head. It's like, yep, you can 100% relate to that and this is how it's eventuated and why it's eventuated. And to understand the laws of the universe are universal in every aspect. Sounds cliche, sounds silly, but in every aspect of your life, your spiritual, your physical, your mental, every little state that you are in comes from something, an energy that you're putting out and you're receiving, and vice versa with business. People have responded really well from when I took off nearly 2 years ago. The business exploded and everyone wondered why. A lot can be said for you need to have the skill to do the variety of works, that goes without saying. You need to have a focus and a passion, that goes without saying. But you need to be able to get along with people on a different level, and everyone's different. And there's clients of mine that are really to the letter, need things done perfect. And then I've got other clients that leave me to my own vices and let me get the job done. And at the end of the day, send a thumbs up, thanks heaps for your work, you've just got to be able to not so much change who you are, but also be a chameleon, especially when it comes to business. Because certain clients need a little bit more attention than others, and certain people need things explained a little bit more than others. So all these things have a role, have a part to play in how successful or unsuccessful you're going to be. But at the end of the day, for me, what it come down to is I could work my ass off for the rest of my life and still just have got done a small portion of what our potential would actually be if we just opened our eyes up to the opportunities, the limitless opportunities that are out there. And we live in an era now that everyone can see it for what it is, and they either choose to or not. But we've got the information right there, it's in the palm of our hands every day, and I'm always looking to learn and grow, and I've done that as long as I can remember. And it's about bettering yourself so you can better your family, so you can better your friends, so you can better your clientele and anyone that comes into contact with you. And it's about helping one another, and that's what it comes down to. I think people lose sight of that, and they focus and they cling on to the money and think that that's how successful people, that's their image of successful people, because they've got money. Because successful people with a great deal of money, they give more than they take, and they receive, yes, but with that power they give and they help others and they lift people up, and that's what this channel was all about. And I hope that you guys can get something from it in one way or another, whether it be business, personal, whatever it might be. There's so much that, like I said, I could talk for hours once I get going about a great number of things. But for me, the goal is to help another business off the ground as quick as possible. Do that, then look at the bigger picture. See where you want to be in 10 years, see where you want to be in 5 years, 2 years, whatever it might be, and then see where you want to be before if you're going to retire, because I don't know if I ever will properly retire, but I'll always be learning and growing and doing something. And like I said, whether that's stocks, whether that's investments, whether that's through online network marketing type things, it's all frowned upon. A lot of the stuff from a young age, and being Australian, it's not very common. It's all about hard work, and it's all about you do that long enough and you'll get there. But we don't live in that era anymore, and people are going to have to adapt or they don't. And if they don't, they'll fall behind. And running around chasing your tail, acting like you're busy all the time, it's all good and well. But from early on in this business, I made clear boundaries of I only wanted 5 days. I didn't want to have to do the 6-day slog anymore. And then it became a manifestation of all them goals to reach what you need to achieve. And how do you get there? So all these thought processes going through, and it keeps you up at night sometimes just thinking about it, but you go through it and you look back and you go, well, I talked about getting the trailer, I talked about getting the zero turn, I did that, got that, well done, keep moving. Now it's never about show ponying everything off, and it's nothing about going through and trying to prove to someone that you're better than them. It's proving to yourself that you can keep growing, and everyone else can think what they like. That's what it comes down to. As long as you're doing what's right by you and your family, and whatever your family might be, you might have a dog that you love, you might have, and it doesn't matter what that family is. You do right by that thing, and you start just emitting this energy coming from you to show that positive side. Because the negative people, they're going to be loud and proud, and they don't shut up. To be honest, they do not. Them voices never stop. They'll keep on whinging, they'll keep on arguing, they'll keep on bitching throughout the years. But the fact is, you keep doing and stay true to yourself, stay positive as much as possible, and things will come your way, and you will see the growth just come from that. And for us now, it's the business is the bread and butter, and everything else is a bonus, and the cherry on top and the cream on top and whatever else we want to make it. So I just want to put this video out there and put it to you guys. Challenge yourself in every aspect. If you're scared to get up, and honestly, I never spoke like this in front of crowds, in front of an audience, in front of like subscribers that are plenty of people watch on Facebook trying to figure out how to subscribe for the YouTube channel and all the rest. And that's okay. That'll do its thing. But the main message is coming through loud and clear, and I'm very grateful that it is, and happy that I'm able to help just even a small number of people at this stage, but eventually just get the word out there. And the more people start doing this, the quicker this world will change, and not be so dependent on welfare, or not be so dependent on the negative side of things. And you want to just keep pushing that positive message in every aspect, because you can do it, and nothing's impossible. Anyone can achieve what they want out of life. And yeah, it's just these little mindset podcasts that I've been watching. Like I said, they're just reaffirming what I've always believed and what I've always done. It's just making me go get it that little bit quicker. And so this is what this video is for. Get out there, go get it. Just seriously, just give it your all. Because if you don't take risks, you'll get to the end of your days, you'll go, well, was it worth it? And I'm not here to preach, because I'm nowhere near the end of my days, touch wood. But you don't want to get there and go, well, that was life, whoop-de-doo. You want to make it the best you can. And yeah, that's enough of my rant, I think. Not that it was a rant, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the next 12 months. I'm looking forward to the next 2 years. I'm looking forward to sharing this journey with you guys, as well as helping you along where I can. Plenty of handyman works going on. The utes fully loaded up. We've got deck restorations, we've got pebble installs, got painting works, we've got everything coming up, and I'm going to be recording a lot of it to show that side of it and how to do it. Same deal, it's just a process, roll through it. Things go wrong, but you can adapt, you can learn, you can grow from them, and you never do it again. Simple as that. You'll always better yourself, better your position in every aspect. So pricing, job-wise, doesn't matter what it is. That'll do. I'll just keep talking otherwise. So thanks, guys, and I'll see if I can get some footage tomorrow of what we do, and talk to you all soon. Thanks again. Bye. guys, I'm back at the end of the video now, and this is the end of the day. I just recorded at the beginning of this video, you would have seen about the huge giveaway, so if you haven't done so already, shoot on over to the business page there, give that a like on Facebook, and yeah, like and subscribe to this channel on YouTube, and that'll be very appreciated. Just quickly, I wanted to touch on the deck restoration works that we did, and just a few quick tips of what I've picked up on. I know there's been 20 or more that I've done through the business of deck restorations, and then in the past just on my own houses and things like that is where I've gained a lot of the experience on how to do things. So I just want to go through a few things quickly. Pressure clean is typically what I do. If it needs sanding, the timber's pretty much, in my opinion, well and truly ready to be replaced. Depending on the finish, if you're sanding off paint or something like that, then that's understandable. But if it's just a coat over on what was once previously stained and it's ready to go, and I'll get through it in a moment how you know when it's ready to go, then a pressure cleaner will do the job perfectly. I've just got a few notes here that I'll just read off, keep going back to, because there's a couple of things, I don't want to miss a couple of things either. So we'll just keep tying in with this, and anything else I can think of on top of this I'll let you know. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah, so there are a few other variables with that timber being pressure cleaned or sanded, and so with them variables you'll start to realise what they are as you go along, the more experience you do. But like I said, a few of them include, like, if it's painted, if the stain that was currently put on was the wrong stain, incorrect stain, or it's underneath, like undercover, where outside it's copped the weather and it's ready to go, but underneath isn't, so you might have to just give it a light sand there. Other than that, guys, it's really just a pressure clean job. Get rid of the grime, take off that film, and away you go. Strips it right back to bare timber. Just as long as you're holding it at a good height away, and the pressure cleaner you're using has great pressure like not so much strip, but there's nozzles, there's a cleaning one, there's a stripping one, and then there's a one that's like, it'll cut through a watermelon and things like that. So you want to be using the correct nozzle, and you want to be the correct distance away. You want to be moving at the correct speed as well. Going too fast, you're not going to get the same result as if you just go a nice even paced motion. And sometimes you need to go back the other way. I always try and run with the timber, but sometimes just to lift up a few of the debris, you need to go across it and then finish always with the grain of the timber. And that goes for when you're putting the stain on as well. So, alright, so quickly, if it holds water and is beating up nicely on the timber surface, typically that won't need stain. So this is the way you test. Just sprinkle the water on there, tip a water bottle on there, whatever you want to do. If it absorbs straight into the timber and you can see that it's not holding, then it needs stained. And so, yeah, I've just touched on it here, but find the sweet spot on that pressure cleaner. Not too close, not too far away. So, yep, go with the grain of the timbers, touched on that. Coat a section of the deck in an orderly fashion, right? So if you need to stop midway through because your the sheep's wool applicator runs out of stain and you need to go for another dip, try and finish on a natural join, or where the joins of the nails or screws line up, and finish it just there, nice and smooth. Go get your dip, start again, and that way you're not going to have that mark clearly seen because it's on a natural join or on the nails themselves where you don't notice it because that's a join in the timber anyway. Yeah, so just quickly, sorry, due to running out of stain on the sheep's wool, done. Alright, so same deal with the sheep's wool. Don't push too hard or too soft. When you're applying it too hard, you're going to really rip into the grain of the timber. Sometimes it'll snag and catch your sheep's wool, and that'll get caught, and then that'll always be in your finished product. And then down the track that'll start to corrode, and then that's a spot that can start peeling, which will then peel all that stain, all your hard work over time, moisture, gets underneath, and you know the rest. It'll break it down pretty quickly. So method I did and I always do, and I'll just make mention quickly, similar to mowing, I do the edges first, then I do the mowing. So painting, deck restoration, staining, all the rest, do the outside first. So I cut in is what the typical term you call it when you're painting, or when you're doing a deck restoration, you cut in around everything you need with the brush, and then you go with the big like lamb's wool applicator, or with your roller if you're painting. So yeah, cut in first, apply the sheep's wool second, and always keep the deck dust free, water free, dirt and grime free. Goes without saying, but that's typically what it is. Just trying to think now if there was anything else I needed to add. Just in the office at the moment, editing it all, so we'll get it up hopefully tonight, and we'll get this giveaway underway. I'm very excited about that. Looking forward to see who's the lucky winner, and everything for the business side of things is going really well. Definitely no complaints. It's always looking to grow, always looking to develop new ways of becoming as productive as possible, and yeah, more of that will be shown through Facebook as well as through this media, as well as Instagram. I'm going to start pumping, and anything else I can get my hands on, just to grow the brand, grow the business, because at the beginning of this video you would have seen that's the mindset shift that has now happened, and once that happens for me, I tend to whatever I set my mind to, I achieve, and I achieve well, and that's not, again, I don't look to brag, it's a mindset you've got to get yourself into. As soon as you believe you can do it, you're going to do it. It's just a matter of time and money, and if you're smart enough, you can earn money a lot quicker. Therefore you get your goal, get your results, whatever it might be, a lot quicker. And so by expanding and growing the business through extra media and advertisement, billboards will be going up, etc. There's plenty of things coming, but it's all for a cause. It's all to grow and get a few more workers on board, and start to get that pattern of what I'm after, which is a crew of 4, say, for the yards and the lawns, and then 2 of us for the handyman works, rental works, strata works, all the finer detail type stuff, where it's good to have a bit of a trade background. So that's the plan, that's the goal. Time to go do it. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening, your weekend that's coming up, Friday tomorrow, so let's get into it. See you. Bye.